What it do, folks, man? It's your boy Uncanny 93 2.0, aka Egypt King. You can find me on TikTok at Uncanny 93 2.0. And I'm here with the lovely
Asha B, aka Minnesota born and raised 88. That's my TikTok handle if you did not know. So, how was your week, Beth?
my week was pretty chill. Nothing too special. I mean, besides y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what did we do today? Tell them.
Oh, we graduated today. We graduated. We was in a class. And we finally graduated today. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is. Just know we graduated and we crossed the stage in June. So,
yeah,
excited about that.
Lots of hard work, lots of dedication, lots of homework.
Lots of homework.
Now we get to
my binder is full. Ain't no more getting up at 6 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Yeah, to try to get to class on time. I was getting up at 7:30. Try to get all of us together and then get to class. That was basically the gist of it all. But
how was your day?
It was pretty chill. We ate that good food though. That big old burger you had.
Oh yeah, that was a good ass burger. I got full. I wasn't gonna finish it, but I finished it.
Yeah, it's because you stuffed it in your mouth though. That's why.
Hey, I was hungry.
But you took off the healthiest part of the burger, the tomatoes, onions, and what?
I'm a fathead.
Oh,
big bag. Big bag.
Shut up.
Fat as hell. My skinny ass.
Yeah, you heavy as hell, but you skinny. Y'all, he could blow away with the wind. It's okay.
I ain't that damn skinny. Why she trying to fry me? I ain't that damn skinny.
No, I'm just kidding, y'all. He's not that skinny.
I had a 6-pack.
Where is it at?
Oh, what the fuck? Ah, shit. Hey, we gonna have to edit that part out. Like. Oh, she crucial, right?
No, I'm not.
Damn. I'm quiet throughout this whole podcast. I ain't saying shit now.
Oh, hush.
Blowed in the wind ass.
I used to say that to you a long time ago. Because you were that small. You were that small, though.
Can we go on with the podcast, man?
But anyways, y'all, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so let's get this podcast started, right? We have a little debate going on here between Egypt and myself, and we want to know what y'all think as well. So just tap in, okay? So the topic of choice today is if I was broke, okay? So we saw this podcast. Was it on YouTube or something like that?
I can't remember.
Probably TikTok or YouTube, one of them. But it was this guy basically going off on women and how women only want men that have a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
And we got to this debate and he asked me, he asked me, would I still like him if he didn't have anything? And I said, yes. I said, I'm kind of like traditional. I'm a traditional type of woman. So I would like to build with the person, but I can see why he's saying that about other women, and I can see why other women do that. But what was your opinion when I said that?
I think if you only listen to a man for his money, you don't need a man at all. Okay. I feel like if you only in it for the money, spend your own damn money. Spend your own money, get your own job. Like, cause I don't be with that. How it go? Some shit like I'm be making my bag, but I'm in his bag too. Some shit like that. A lot of girls really out there like that. They only in it for the money, bro. You can go completely broke, and then that bitch will leave you after she pretty much drives you out your pocket. So just be careful out here.
Yeah, but I think in that podcast, basically he was talking about how if you had a dude who could give you everything you wanted and teach you whatever you wanted versus somebody who was still, trying to make it and things like that.
Yeah.
And what if you put those two men in a room and you allowed the women to talk to them, which one would you think they would choose?
They picking the flashy nigga.
I mean, of course, women gonna pick the flashy nigga, but that depends on the woman. Because at the end of the day, if I'm having a conversation with the guy, it really depends on what he's saying to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, if a dude don't have it all, I'm not opposed to dating somebody like that. And like I said, I understand why some women are like, well, I would rather have somebody who has their stuff together or whatnot and is already established. One, he can teach you something or whatnot if he's already in his career and doing stuff like that. And also, if, like I said, he's able to give you the lifestyle you, quote unquote, probably want. But at the other end of it, like I said,
the only thing I gotta say is, girls be wanting that lifestyle and ain't got shit to their name, and expect that man to pretty much like splurge on her, and she ain't got shit going, bro. Like she ain't got shit going. You want a baller, but you not balling yourself. You want him to do all the balling. You corny as fuck. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's dumb as hell. Because the majority of these women be like, oh, I want to spend it. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. That's dandy. But do you got money to even splurge on yourself? And if you do, and you only want a nigga to spoil you, what's wrong with spoiling yourself? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm only going to splurge on my woman if she doing me right. And majority of these females who want that lifestyle be cheating. What the fuck I like spending on you for? Because you ain't going to give me the shit I spent back. You going to think you going to try to leave that relationship with all the shit that I paid for? You got me fucked up.
You don't want her to go in the next relationship with the shit you bought.
It's gonna be reversed. What's that movie called? Reversed.
I don't remember what the movie's called.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman is gonna be a reverse.
Diary of a Mad Black Man.
Hell yeah. I've seen something too. Like it was a video, and you know how women say, pretty much be bringing up the fact that black men are leaving them for a white woman, right?
Oh, yeah, outside of them. Yeah.
No, I'm going with the white woman.
Okay.
And what happened was these two white girls was in an interview, and the question was asked, will you date a man without money? All three white women said, yeah, I can do that. But he went to some black women, right? This is no hate, but this is legit facts. So if you hating on the facts that I got, then hey, it is what it is. My feelings not hurt. But this is a fact. Mm-hmm. He went to the black woman, and the black women, all three black women was like, hell no, I can't fuck with no man who ain't making no money. This is why men literally will leave you for a white woman. Now, I don't condone it because I love my black women. I do. But this is a fact, though.
I have to disagree, though. It depends on the woman, though. Like I said, he picked 3
You know how
women.
rare that is?
You had to pick. He picked 3 women. And you could tell that these women were like gold diggers. You can tell a gold digger, okay? You can tell a woman who don't have shit going for her, but will legitimately like, hey, hey, give me some money.
Having
type
some
shit.
handouts.
Basically.
Yeah.
But he picked that. Now you go to a woman like me or a woman like a couple of my other friends, and we're gonna be like, no, I deal with him. If I don't got it, I'm gonna try to make it work some way.
Right. So it's all about love, but this generation don't believe in that anymore. You gotta be materialistic, flashy, and have a lot of money in order to get that type of love. But just for you to end up being broke and that bitch disappeared. So I'm sorry, I ain't with that lifestyle. If you're not in it for me, if you was there with me from sleeping on the floors to blow up mattress all the way to getting our own house, that deserves a ring. That deserves a ring. Not some random bitch who think, I don't even like to say that word, but a random chick that only wants you for your money. Yeah, I'm not fucking with that. Because, I mean, I can pretend to be broke and have mad money and watch her switch.
But
I'm going to do that shit.
Though. You remember on YouTube, there's this dude who has a nice-ass car, right? And he'll try to talk to a whole bunch of women. And the moment he goes to his car, which could be like a Ferrari or a fucking Lambo or some shit like that.
Bugatti or whatever.
And he be like, okay, have a good time. I mean, every single female turns the fuck around like, oh no,
and they only want him because of his car. You don't want him for him. You want him for what he got.
Like I said,
that's not love, man.
Exactly. But like I said, you have to think about it. Like you have to ask the right women that question, because like I said, you can tell who's who when you're interviewing them. And like I said, he didn't really ask the right women. He just asked random people that was probably walking up and down the road like they usually do on YouTube. So that's my take on that. But we were going back and forth on this like debate because like I said, I can see why a woman would want somebody who has established themselves, but I also understand what Egypt's saying, which is, are you established yourself wanting a man that's established? Because that man who's established wants a woman who's established too.
Right.
He wants somebody that's on the same wavelength.
Exactly.
So if you're not able to
that's the kicker. That's what most wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
Because if she ain't got nothing going for herself and she just want a nigga with money, she better off going and hitting the streets. Right?
Yeah. So I understand, like I said, I understand why a woman would want somebody who's established, especially if she's trying to already either one, get her own self established, but you can also look at it as, like I said, if I have a dude who is trying at least, and he don't have it all together just yet, one, we're going to work on it. You supposed to, because building is about steps.
That's a real woman right there.
Like I said,
that's a real woman right there.
Like I said, that's
all right. End of podcast.
Shut up. Anyway, let me finish my sentence, sir.
All right.
But like I said, I'm all about building at the end of the day. So anybody I build with, we have to go from the ground up or whatnot. Now, if I'm already established, am I going to want that man who's at least trying to establish himself? Yes. And I'm going to help him get to where I'm at, and then we build from there. So like I said, a lot of women that I know are just like me. We are builders. We'll build from the ground up. Now, like I said, the debate that we got in, because I could see it from the other person, like I said, the other person's point of view. If that person is already established, I also have to make sure that I'm on my P's and Q's. Or, like I said, that other person, they might not want to teach you how to get to where they're at. So you got to, like I said, it really just depends. So it could go either way. The other person who's already established might not want to teach the person who's still trying to come up. So like I said, it really depends on the person. Like I said, you got to interview a lot of people. You got to be observant and watchful. Mind you, like I said, we were going back and forth for like 30 minutes. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I see as far as that's concerned, because like I said, a lot of people don't think about that type of stuff. So that's kind of one of the debates that we had, which is, if I was broke, would you date me? And I said, yeah. If you were, yeah. As long as I know that you're willing to put in the work that it takes in order to get to where your dreams and your goals are, heck yeah. But if you're just sitting around doing nothing, I'm going to look at you like, sir, it's time to build. We got to be doing something. So I understand also why some women do not want somebody who, what they call them, a build-a-bear? Like they have to build them up in order to do that. So, like I said.
My only thing is, here's my question. Say I'm a nigga with hella money, right? I got all this money, right? I want to spend it on. How can I put this? Say I'm rich, right? Say I'm rich. And you come to me wanting to be with me and wanting me to splurge on you, right? Here's what I feel every man should ask. Why should I splurge on you? If they can't give you a good reason and all they offer is they pussy laying on their back as a way of getting payment to go ahead and buy whatever they want, that's not That's not wifey material, man. You gotta go elsewhere. You gotta go elsewhere. If I'm gonna do it with money, and I'm gonna ask you, why should I spend this on you? And you can't have a good ass reason. If you ain't got a good ass reason why I should spend on you, then
what's another question you could ask a female other than why can't I splurge on you? Why should I?
Ain't gonna be no other question with me. Why should I spend on you?
Why should I be with you?
Why should you be with me? Because what if I tell you I'm broke, but I really got money? I'm gonna lie to you and see if you still gonna fuck with me. I'm gonna act broke. I'm gonna pretend to be broke every time you see me, and I'm gonna see how long you gonna last. If you don't last long, then that means I know what you was already in it for. You just thought a nigga was gonna splurge because we call each other a couple. But we really not coupling. You pretty much plotting on me, waiting for me to get broke, just for you to try to pretty much wring me dry till I ain't got shit. Just for you to go to the next big spender. Hell no. That's what's in this generation though.
Yeah, but why though? Why?
Because that's what their parents taught them.
Okay. Or what if their parents didn't teach them anything? Like I said, a lot of traditional.
You can't live the lifestyle you want if you ain't got the money for the lifestyle you want.
But are you building towards a life? Are you building towards a lifestyle that you want though? That's my question.
Me absolutely.
That's my question. That would be my question to anybody. Like absolutely. say me and you first start talking, right? And the first thing, what's your goals? What's your dreams? What do you see? Where you see yourself at in the next couple years, right?
Man, those are easy questions.
Exactly, but that shows me if you're really going towards your goals or not. If you're just asking how should I splurge on you?
Why should you spend on? Why should I spend on you?
That's like what's that word called?
Answer the question.
What?
Why should I spend on you?
I wouldn't want you to spend on me because I don't know how to answer that question. I'm like, oh no, the fuck. I'm like, how? And then my reverse question was, how can I deal with you? Because that's again,
she's playing it safe.
Like, how can I deal with you? And if you were to spend, if you say, let me see, if you were to ask me that question, okay, how can I invest it? Bam.
And you take this money and flip it.
Exactly. Not spend on me, spend on us.
If I give you 20 bands, you able to flip that 20 bands into 40?
Yeah.
Can you flip that 40 into 60?
Exactly. That's how you'll know, one, that person can grind.
Or is you just out here buying bags that you know you can't afford, but know I got money for?
Exactly. Are you going to invest it into your business? And if you invest it into your business, can you make that triple what I give you?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm in a good position, yeah. I'm sorry about that, though. I'm in a good ass position. Yeah.
But like I said, it's all about building at the end of the day. What you gonna leave your kids at the end of the day? If nobody can ask you that, then
if you pick a goal, because you got you got
what
hidden gold diggers now. They won't even tell you, or it's like pretend to show you. Like you'll know.
I think you'll know from signs. Like, what's the signs you think you'll know?
I ain't giving that free. I'm not giving no free knowledge to that.
Give one piece that you already use for yourself. Just one.
I've got money and I've acted broke before.
Okay, but tell them at least one.
On what?
To look out for someone who's just trying to use you for your money. Just one.
I mean, it's easy. Like, say y'all in the mall, right? And y'all start walking. Like, say y'all start walking in the stores and shit. If she instantly start picking clothes out, if she instantly start picking out clothes and she go in the fitting room to see if you to see if it fit, if she go straight to the fitting room and come back out wearing some shit and look at you like, don't I look nice? That's also code for, baby, can I get this? And it could be done in a nice way too. And just because she's beautiful and she got this cheeky ass smile, you gonna spend it on her. No. But like I said, pretend to act broke and go in that mall with that woman and she does that. Just be like, oh, damn, baby, I ain't got it right now. Watch her whole mood change. And it'll change fast. And 9 times out of 10, don't get those who like to pull out their phones and put you on camera calling you broke when you really got money. Oh, yeah, that's happened. Wow. A dude took this woman to a restaurant. And he had money. But I think what happened was she was complaining about where they went. She was complaining about what store they went.
Oh, was that the restaurant?
I think it was a restaurant. No, yeah. She was calling him broke because of what restaurant they went out to eat to.
Are you talking about that spaghetti? What is the one? Cheesecake Factory?
Nah, it wasn't the Cheesecake Factory. It was something else.
Uh-huh.
And what happened was she pulls her phone out and she started recording, calling the man broke. So very gently, in a gentleman's tone as he should, was like, I'm ready to take you home. I'm dropping you off. And she blew her wig. He pulled out a stack and was like, I thought I was broke. And then you know what she said next? Wait a minute, hold on. Where you want to go? Where we going? He said, we ain't going nowhere. You taking your ass home. Get the fuck out of my car. And I feel like he did that pretty fucking well.
He did it. He did it in the most gentleman way. He didn't yell at her like some of these dudes be doing when they be blowing up at females and stuff when they be putting them on blast.
But women do some dumbass shit.
It's not just women, because there's men out there that be doing stupid stuff too.
Like, no, for real. It's some women out here who really will pull their phone out. Like, literally take the time out of their day to pull their phone out just to dog a nigga on the internet for some likes. That's ridiculous. I've never seen that shit before.
I had a Cheesecake Factory one, and I was like, hell, I love me some Cheesecake Factory. You can take me down the first date. Shoot. But, like, why does it matter what restaurant a person takes you out on the first date, though?
As long as it's McDonald's, that's it.
What?
That's me. For real. I think on a first date, and some of these women, and I swear I'm not woman bashing. I swear to God I'm not woman bashing.
I think you just had too many bad eggs.
I was like that. I was like that at one point. I was the nice dude with all the money and shit.
Too many freaking
I act broke that one time, man. And her whole fucking demeanor changed. It was crazy. But yeah. Women do that shit, man. I'm not woman bashing. Yes, I love women. I love pussy, all that shit. So whatever the fuck niggas talking about in the comments after this is up, fuck you. I mean, I'm not really tripping.
Anyways.
Because I know it will get some hate. So, I mean,
I think you, like I said, I think you just had too many bad eggs. So.
I did. I had these I had dated so-called good women. But really, it was all a facade. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. You feel me? That's old shit. I'm talking about these women in this generation now.
Yeah, but you have to think about it. We had that talk about the modern woman versus the traditional woman, and which woman you would prefer.
Look,
and we talked about how modern women nowadays are the ones saying it, though.
Yeah, I just put it like this: 9 times out of 10, the woman who think like that now has a single mother. 9 times out of 10, she not even married.
I mean, we all grew up with. There's some people who grew up with single mothers that are actually good women. And like I'm not down there.
I'm talking about this generation. This generation of women. I'm not talking about the traditional woman. I'm not talking about the good women out there. I'm talking about the fake ones that pretend to be good out there. That's what I'm talking about. And they know they out there. They know they out there. There's literally a video. I've seen a lot of videos. This woman, she said she blocked this man because he didn't want to. I guess the question was, they were supposed to go out on a date or whatever. He asked her, was she ready? She said she was about to go and get her nails done. And I guess he said, oh, okay. Tell me how long you gonna be there for. She said that she blocked him because he didn't offer to pay her nails on their first date. You sound crazy as fuck if you think I'm about to pay for your nails. We not official. We just dating. We just talking, and it's the first date. Do I get a kiss on the first date if I'm paying for your nails? Hell no. I'm not allowed to touch you. I'm not allowed to touch you. That's to me is dumb. You gonna block me because I'm not about to spend money on your nails on the first date.
I wouldn't even ask. I wouldn't even have the audacity to ask somebody on a first date. First date should literally be very casual.
Yeah.
Not no like dinner dates. Cause like second, third, that gives him like a leeway up to like, okay, she really likes this. I was observing when we went to go get like lunch or brunch or some shit like some small shit like that, right?
Do good on your date a few times, however many times y'all date, then I'm gonna splurge on you. On the first date, of course I'm gonna spend. I'm gonna spend on a date, of course. I'm not worried about that. I'm not about to have you go in your pockets. But what I'm saying is, when it comes down to it, if you asking me for money on the first date or of us just starting to know each other, you ask for money, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah, on the first date.
I know this one chick back in the day. Back in the day, I used to talk to this one girl. She was in the military, right? And she was like she used to post on social media like she had it like that, but she never had it like that. And she called me broke because I didn't want to get her $20 to pay her phone bill. Now, last I checked, ain't no phone bill $20, bro. Unless you got one of them, like Cricket or some crazy shit like that. No, this bitch had an iPhone. And she was like, I got to pay my phone bill. You got $20. I had it, but I'm like, nah, I ain't got it on me right now. Just to see what she would say. And she was like, you broke. And I'm like, I'm broke, but you asking me for $20. And I took a picture of me holding the $20 and sent it to her. And I'm like, I just wanted to see how you was going to react. And then she said, so you going to pay for it? And I only knew the girl for like 3 days. 3 days? Yeah.
Oh, no.
Crazy shit.
That's a red flag.
She be posting a whole lot of shit like she got it like that, but she ain't got it like that.
And that's a red flag.
That's false flag. If you got a false flag on the internet,
that's a red flag.
It's a lot that come with this shit based off of videos I've seen to actions I've heard about.
And some experience, probably.
I feel like for the women that's like that, 9 times out of 10, cause ain't no parents that's together gonna raise their kid to act like that. You either got a single mom or you got a single dad. Cause I mean shit. When it comes down to me, I know what to look after having the experiences I've had.
Yeah.
So yeah, I learned from mine. I know not to, if you ask me for money on the first date or to do something that involves money on the first date, I know not to fuck with you.
What about in the talking stages? Like when y'all actually like talking and kind of dating. What do you think about that?
What?
Like if y'all are talking, y'all are talking about future plans and things like that.
Yeah.
And a female asks you for money, is that a red or green flag for you?
To me, if we talking about building something together off rip, yeah, my money is your money. Mm-hmm. If we talking about doing that shit. But if we just talking to be talking and we not really talking no goals and nothing like that, then no, you're not getting shit from me. Mm-hmm. But if we talking long-term goals, short-term goals, where we see each other in the next couple of years, where we want to be at in the next couple of years, then yeah, my money is your money. But if we on some, how's your day, how you been doing, da-da-da-da-da, blase, blase, and the conversations ain't going nowhere and you up and just, can I have some money? Bitch, you ain't got nothing back at home? I'm dogging your shit.
So, as y'all can see, like I said, I think it's more so, like I said, that modern day, you know, if he got a bag, then I'm in his bag too type thing. Yeah. But like I said,
I hate girls like that. I don't know if you can tell, but I hate girls like that.
But like I said, there are some men out there that would rather you invest your money into what you're doing and want to be the sole provider of that part too. Which, like I said, I can understand why some people say that.
Yeah.
Like I said, because some men are just full blown providers. That's what they want to be. They want to make sure that whatever their woman takes and brings in, that she invested back into the house and the business and legacy. Like I said, there's some men that are just like that.
But you got women that just expect that shit.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is you have to work for that shit. You have to show me what type of woman you are and who we are as a whole before I go in my pockets.
So isn't that why you date that person in order to observe and see if they're worth?
That's what dating is all about. But it shouldn't take you 6 months to figure out what type of person you're dealing with.
Yeah.
It shouldn't take that long.
I mean, they say men are easy to read. Like, not read, but men are easy to tell you, hey, I like you. I don't like you. Da da da.
Yeah, we quick on that.
So it's not going to take no man 3 months. I mean, 6 months in order to say, okay, I want to make it official. He might do it in 3.
It could take him 2 months and he'll know. Just based off of the energy you get him. Mm-hmm. But don't be expecting him to just splurge on you because y'all call yourself a hoe. You have to earn that. Just how, think about it this way.
What do you mean by earn, though?
You have to earn you got to earn my wallet.
Like, why?
Just like how a woman would do a man with her cootie cat, with her coochie.
What? No.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
You're not talking about these traditional. You literally is still on these modern day women who's like,
oh yeah.
If you're talking, you have to be the only one that's talking to, and you have to spend money on me before I even make a choice if I want you. That's the
you got me
fucked
up.
That's the modern day women, okay?
You got me fucked up. Ain't no motherfucking way.
That's the modern day woman. That's the traditional woman. She has her own. She's going to legitimately be that.
Any woman who has her own.
She's I
respect. And she not out here looking for a handout. She got her own shit. She doing her own thing. Now, I respect women who want a man that's doing the same exact shit. I respect those. So, go through the rest of the podcast and listen to what I say before you just get to judging.
I don't think, what he's saying is for the women who are legitimately just, I'm only
bottom feeders,
basically. I'm only in it because he makes a lot of money. He's got his stuff together. But you have to think about it. A lot of us traditional women are kind of looked over as well. A lot of traditional women are looked over. Mm-hmm. And
because they want to ratchet. That's what's fun.
Which is basic. Okay, but that's they like the toxic.
Yeah, that toxic shit. I used to be a
when
toxic
when your asses is dried out, who y'all come to?
Look, once the police is called, the relationship is over.
But like I said, once they pockets is dried out, they know what to look for now, and they'll get a traditional woman who will legitimately build with them.
I'd rather have a traditional woman that know how to flip my shit. If I throw her some bread, she should be smart enough mentally to flip my shit and triple as much as I gave her. That I respect women that go, he gotta have this because I have this.
Or I'm going towards this.
I get that. I respect that. But at the same time, that's unrealistic because you're not gonna find that.
I mean, you
might find it. You might find it though.
I'm not gonna say, like I said, because there are different levels to that. Different levels to that. Because, like I said, it depends on the woman who ain't doing nothing for herself and the man who ain't doing nothing for herself.
If she not doing shit for herself, but expect her man to do all the spending on her, then that's a bum.
Okay.
Why they be out here yelling out brokey, but you still living in your mama's house?
But like I said, there's different levels to that. There's the man who ain't doing nothing with his life. He's just kind of stuck and just sitting there. And the woman doing the same shit, okay? Then you got the next level, the woman and the man who are trying to get themselves together.
Yeah.
Then you have the man and the woman who are already established. Okay. Yeah. So what we're talking about right now is if you have would you prefer a woman who is established or a woman who's not doing shit for herself, or would you want them in the middle? She knows what she wants.
If my girl ain't got nothing going for her, so she gotta at least try. Just like you will want another man. Like if he ain't got shit going for himself, but he working on it, give that person a shot.
You don't know.
But don't just talk. Don't chalk a man and don't chalk a woman because they ain't got shit, because you don't know what that person could do for you.
Mm-hmm. You don't know if they're just stuck, because a lot of people nowadays are just stuck and they need somebody to help push them or show them the direction they should go into.
Now, if they're not taking those directions,
then they just gonna be stuck, and that's somebody who's gonna have to move around. Who's gonna have to move around.
I'd be damned if a motherfucker leaves me behind. Got me fucked up. That's like a competition at that point.
Oh, goodness. Him in competition, right? But, like I said, there's different levels. So, like I said, the podcast that we were referring to was about the different levels. Like, a lot of women, like I said, who are not established, don't have anything going for themselves, would have chose the person that's established. And 9 times out of 10, that person that's established, if they see that that person who ain't established, don't have shit for themselves, ain't got a pot to piss in, is not doing or at least elevating to the level that they're at, or at least trying to, they're going to leave that person behind. They ain't going to want to deal with that person. So, like I was saying, me and him got into this whole debate. Like, he even asked me, he was like, if I didn't have nothing going for myself, but I was trying, would you still date me? Or would you date the person who's already established? And I said, that's a hard question. But if you came up to me and you were over here saying that you have these dreams, you have these goals, you have these aspirations, you're stuck, you just, trying to figure it out, I'm like, hell yeah, I would date you. Because like I said, I don't know how willing that person that's established would want to kind of help me to get to where they're at. A lot of people who are already established don't want to teach another person who is a little bit below them. And I wouldn't want to say below them, but they don't really want to have to teach somebody, especially an adult, how to do certain things, or how to, invest, how to gain, a better future for themselves. A lot of people who are high up, have the money, the status, all those types of things. They're not going to want somebody who's still, trying to come up by their bootstraps. So, like I said, that's kind of what we were talking about when we had that discussion, and that's kind of what the podcast has led to. Is, like I said, we've come to that little bump in the road where it was like, all right, where are we gonna go? So, but yeah, like I said, I don't think somebody that's well established, has all the money, is at where they want to be at, is going to want to teach somebody who is still trying to come up. So, like I said,
some gatekeep.
Yeah, like I said, some people who are already established are going to gatekeep. Like I said, they're not always going to want the person that's still trying to come up. You might
be their next competition type shit. Some shit you just got to learn on your own. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Like me, I'm a do-it-yourself director, editor, and actor. I did all this shit in 5 years.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm self-taught when it comes to doing what he just said. And he taught me a lot of stuff too, especially when it comes to my editing and editing music and things like that. Mm-hmm. So like I said, if there's something that other person could teach you and you both teaching each other certain things, like that's I said, why wouldn't y'all want to?
About teaching each other.
And y'all learning from each other. Yeah, y'all learning from each other. So like I said, that kind of got us to what we're talking about today. About the podcast, if I was broke, and he asked me that, and I said, yeah. I said, because 9 times out of 10, the person who's already established and is at a place in their life where they want to settle down, they're not going to want to help me come up. And I can see that if that person wants to work, and like I said, they just stuck and they need some direction, and we both going in that same direction, then that's your person. To me, that's your person. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's all about being careful who you with. Really. Don't be with nobody because of what they got. Be with that person because you care about them.
And be with that person because of who they are as a person. What is their character? What are their morals? What are their core beliefs? Do they align with yours? Things like that. Don't just hop straight in because, they look good. They look good on my arm. They got this going for them right now.
Looks don't mean shit. Like that shit fade away. That shit fade away. Looks don't mean shit.
Did they come up with you? Did they see to see your vision.
If you came up with me,
things like that,
then you staying with me. But if you wasn't there during my struggle and I got money in my pocket, you not about to be there to spend it. You sound crazy as fuck. I've had people come to me asking me for money before that barely knew me, and I'm just like, I don't even know you. Like, for real.
Yeah, I've always been about building. So at the end of the day, like I said, you gotta want to do better at the end of the day. So when that person comes to you and they're like, all right, I have this vision, and you know where they're going, that means you can drive with them now. Yeah. If they don't got shit going, they don't have no vision, they just want to do the same shit every day, drop them. Because they're gonna keep you behind. Yeah. And you ain't gonna go nowhere. You're gonna be standing stuck. So choose your people wisely, choose your person wisely. Choose your boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, engaged couples, fiancés. Make sure they can also learn about financial compatibility, all those types of things. Because you don't want to have this money that y'all coming into and all y'all do is spend. Where y'all gonna put that money at? That is a big thing for me too. Is when you building, you have to have financial compatibility. You got to work on the budget. I don't care who you is. I don't care how much money you making. You got to have a budget. Yes. Because that money will disappear. And just like the women. Why. They will disappear. You want it back. You're going to be like, damn, what happened to all my money? And them females that spent it, they ain't giving that shit back. It's just like when you win a lottery. Like $1 million is not even a lot anymore. Nope, $1 million. That's chump change now. I remember back in the day, everybody be like, I want $1 million. That shit, that's not a lot. That in a day. You can spend $1 million in a dizzy. You know how much houses and land cost now? So you gotta have over $1 million just to be, and and you gotta think about it. They gotta take taxes out of that too. So it's not even $1 million. Nope, you around the 800,000. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, exactly. Just be smart about who you picking. Observe. Pay attention to actions, body language, eye contact. Pay attention to all of that shit. Pay attention to what and they're telling you. I know she's beautiful, but don't get ready to spend on her just yet, bruh. Don't do that shit just yet. She got to show you what type of person she is before she even get $1 in your pocket. If she outright just asking you for shit just because she can't get it herself, that's one thing. But when it comes to bills, let's put it this way, about bills, if she asking you to pay her bills and y'all only 3 weeks a day, and nigga, no. Oh, God. What's a green flag, babe? Because we'll talk about all the niggas. What's a green flag? What type of woman should they be looking for? A woman like you. Okay. Okay, what you talking about, sir? What's a green flag? Give me that. Okay, you have it, right? But what's a green flag? They don't know me, so tell them what a green flag is. A real woman gonna make sure you good regardless, right? So, green flags, if she supports your shit, puts in the work with you to help you get off your feet. If she sleeps with you on the floor, you got a real one. I don't give a fuck. If she's sleeping, if y'all start talking and you go, damn, babe, I ain't got no mattress. I got a pallet on my floor. She goes, that's okay. We can sleep on that too. That's your wife right there. Cause she ain't in it for the money. Now a ratchet will probably be like, oh, he on the floor. I can't fuck with him. Like, you want to, this for the fellas. Cause we don't want to, like, just a woman that just respect us and support whatever the fuck we do. These modern women, they want too much, bro. They want too much. You gotta lower your standards, bro. Cause you not Gucci man not about to fuck with you, bro. You don't have to all the women who are actually good women, you don't have to lower your standards, but at the same time, make sure if that man's morals and his character are aligning with yours, it's okay if he doesn't have a lot. You guys can build off of that. If you're already starting to establish yourself, still if you're not ready to build in general, if you're not ready to build with that person, don't talk to that person. Don't waste that person's time.
If y'all can't build together, ain't no point. If she expects you to just do all the work, cause come on, let's keep it on. No, us as men, we can't do it by ourselves unless we are literally by ourselves. But if we call ourselves having a girlfriend and she just a girlfriend, she ain't doing nothing. That's not your girl, bro. Like, if she not doing nothing to support your dreams, your hobbies, all that shit, then you fucking with the wrong people, bro. And you need to reroute. Take some time to yourself.
Because, like I said, you attract who you are, the person that you are at that point in time. Mm-hmm. And like I said, sometimes we get in this point where we're just stuck and we need somebody's help to just kind of push us along. And like I said, a green flag for us ladies will be somebody who still has that drive and ambition. They just don't know where to start. That's a good man. He just wants a little push or a direction for wherever his vision is going. And if he's telling you where his vision is and you can see his vision, assist him, because that's what we're here for. We're a helpmeet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
you said it better than I could.
Yeah, because like I said, gentlemen, he already spoke on the men's side of it. Like I said, green flags and everything like that. So just get somebody who sees your vision.
Main 2 rules. Red flag, if she asking you for shit and y'all just started talking. Green flag, if she don't care where you sleeping at, she gonna sleep with you.
Green flag is if she sees your vision, and she still wants to work with you, in order for you to get there, as well as not falling off of her own dreams and vision. Y'all both do it at the same time. Right. That's a green flag.
And ladies and men, don't stop doing your dreams for somebody else. Y'all find a way to do your own dreams together and still work it out with each other. Mm-hmm. Women shouldn't stop what they're doing for a man, and men shouldn't stop doing what they're doing for a woman. Mm-hmm. If you got dreams and goals, don't push your shit to the side, because you're going to be that one person 50 years old talking about, I used to
dream.
I had
a dream. I had a dream that one day I could be da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, well, what if that other person, hey, keep going, do this.
Because you're going to hear that shit in the argument. You're going to bring that shit up.
Oh, well, yo, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yep.
You got it. But, yeah, you're going to definitely hear that shit.
It's gonna
whether
come
it's
up
male or
anger.
female, it's going to be it's going to come up. And it's going to be very fucking true. You're going to feel that truth. Mm-hmm. If you sacrifice your dreams for somebody else, that's stupid. Mm-hmm. That's dumb. Don't ever do that shit again. If you did and you starting over, learn from that. Because I did that. I did that.
I can definitely tell you that you will try to figure out what you like after that. Like for me, I stopped writing. I stopped doing everything that was creative, poetry, music. That was my thing. And because life was lifing, I stopped doing it all. So, like I said, don't stop your dreams because life is happening, because you have kids, because you're engaged or married, or you have somebody that you want to give your all to.
Schedule your shit in.
Exactly. So you don't have to do that
too. I remember stopping what I was doing at one point. Mm-hmm. I used to go to college. I stopped going to college for this one girl because she was crying about we ain't spend enough time with each other. And I stopped going to school. Just for this bitch to cheat on me at the end of the day. Crazy shit. I couldn't even get back in. So I started doing my own thing. Yeah. I started over. Mm-hmm. I never heard from this person.
So like I said, don't give up on take it from 2 individuals who did that, because life was lifing and we put so much into the other person. You guys should be able to balance each other out enough to where you still can be individuals but be together. Right. At the end of the day. Yeah. So still be your own person, because at the end of the day, that's who you are. You're still an individual. You still have your own goals, dreams, aspirations, all that type of other shit. And if they're saying, I see what your goal is and I have my own goals, but I want to do this with you. Right. That's a green flag.
Yeah. You saying it better than me today.
Shut up. But yeah, guys, This is the podcast. Adulting Unplugged, the therapy session. It's supposed to be therapy. That's why we talking.
I don't think my shit was therapeutic. I feel like my shit probably... I was just ranting.
But at the end of the day, there's somebody that's going to be able to relate to your story and what you have to say because they probably done been through it too. So, and that's therapy in and of itself.
Yeah.
Is to get it out.
And another thing, you got to do something when it comes to men. Like, don't let your woman do all the damn work in the house, bro. For real. Because you're going to hear that shit in the argument and you ain't going to have shit to back up with it. Besides, I pay bills. No, nigga, fuck them bills. Help her with the dishes. Mm-hmm. Help make the bed.
Help her with the kids.
She sort your clothes out. You sort her clothes out.
Mm-hmm. And I hate that.
Take turns with the kids.
Yes, I hate the feeling that, the other parent is babysitting. You're not babysitting a thing that you made.
Whoever the fuck
you made.
I heard that. I think you told me that shit. If you gotta be, man, no, this is Adulting Unplugged. I ain't holding shit back. If you a homie, you a man, and you let your girl do all the work in the house, you are not a man, bro. If she need help with the laundry, or at least put them in a basket, if she gonna do the rest. Like, do something to show her that she not by herself. Because she already got to deal with kids, her own drama, and now she got to wash your dirty drawers. Nigga, take the time out of your day to do your own fucking laundry. I know that's what I'm about to start doing. I know I'm about to
even
start
like
doing
I said, even if y'all both are working or one's at home and you see that she's at least trying to keep the whole household together, you don't understand what a woman at home goes through and how burnt out she really, really is.
Right.
When you're coming home and you kind of just doing your own thing, you know, had a long day at work and everything like that, and you see the house ain't clean. Don't yell at her because you live in that same household with her.
Pick up because kids is a lot of fucking work.
That's your clothes. That's your children. Kiss them. If she's sick, help her because you don't know how burnt out and overstimulated that woman is. At the end of the day, and her mental health could be fried at that point. Right.
Don't always expect food on the table sometimes, bro. I don't care how traditional you want your woman to be. Not all women gonna have it like that because they got other shit they got going on too. That's why I respect those women that try and still do. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, those women need help too.
Mm-hmm. And we're all living under the same roof.
And just because you paying bills, I can't stress this fucking enough. Just because your stupid ass is paying bills do not mean you can't help this woman because you gonna want some da. You want sex, but you can't help this woman pick up around the house and watch your own kids. You don't deserve no sex. You deserve to be in that fucking bathroom, go watch fucking porn, and because you ain't getting none. You feel me? Like, period. You want her to cook, clean, watch the kids, bathe the kids, put them to sleep. Probably. And if she in school, she got class.
Study time.
So that's 6 things already. I just counted.
Plus she's healing from childbirth in itself.
Especially if she got kids. Yeah, if she got kids and she just had her baby. Postpartum depression, that's a real thing.
Yes, it is.
Help that woman with something, bruh. Help that woman with something. Besides paying bills. Mm-hmm. I said, you a complete selfish dumbass if you don't want to help this woman, but you paying bills and you expect her to have sex. No. I bet you washing them damn kids up in that tub will get you some sex from your woman.
Acts of servicemen. I tell you, let your woman see you sweeping the fucking.
I know I'm getting something. I done watched. I know I'm getting something tonight.
Put on, let her see you washing some, busting to some dishes or some shit. That woman's gonna think that's the sexiest thing that she's ever seen. I forgot to wash some dishes today. But what did you do last night? You bathed the babies for me, so. I washed the babies. And you swept and you cleaned up whatever else needed to be cleaned up, so that I couldn't get to.
Yeah, true.
And like I said, that's teamwork. That's partnership. You didn't make them kids by yourself.
And if this is not something you don't want to hear, then it's best that, stop
Excellent.
listening.
But like I said, it's therapy time. A lot of people need this type of shit.
You as a couple, you two are a team. That means when you go out, do not make this woman look like a goddamn fool, and she do the same exact thing for you. And I'm in a relationship. I'm engaged. So if I'm engaged and I'm working till marriage, I'm working on marriage. I'm about to marry this woman. You feel me? I'm spitting free game to y'all so y'all can keep y'all happy relationship. If you don't agree with what I say and you want to go with your old ways, okay. See how long that lasts. So because you're not getting advice from a single man. Most of these people that get advice from single people, you getting advice from an engaged man with 2 kids. Do something if you want to keep her around. That same work you put in trying to get her is the same work you should put in keeping her. Because then you're going to be mad if another man can take your woman and show her all the things that you couldn't.
And it'd be so effortlessly. All that she wanted throughout your relationship is everything that you gave her at the beginning. Keep doing that. She will never look any other way. She would be so obsessed with you.
Hey, look, being like this bring the freak out in motherfuckers. You gonna find out some shit about your chick you ain't never found out before. That she ain't show the last nigga. Alright? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Just know we are very fucking happy.
Anyways, y'all, tap in next Sunday.
Love y'all.
Shut up. All right, tap in next Sunday. It's therapy time, y'all. Love y'all.
All right, yo.